Welcome, welcome, welcome. The camera is lighting up. Okay, here we are live, and I have all you folks online. This is so fantastic. Thank you for joining me today. We have some new people here. Welcome. If you're new, I'm Susan Winter, best-selling author, relationship expert, and we come here to talk about the bizarre, the odd, the peculiar, and mostly the kind of behavior in dating that is not okay. And you know what? If we don't talk about it and identify it and tell you what's healthy and what isn't healthy, you may become accustomed to the world around you where there is bad behavior and think, oh, well, I guess you go out with somebody and one option is they just ghost you. So I guess after 3 weeks, I figure they don't like me anymore. Or, oh, I have to double text to even get a response. Oh, I didn't know what that word was. Oh, I'm being, as today, cushioned. Oh my goodness. So today we're talking about cushioning. Remember, this is not to depress you guys. This is so that when you see it, you can identify it and you've got actionable steps that you can take to correct the situation, to speak to your partner, to call them out and to make an executive decision, because you can't. So right now, this is being aired during the pandemic. I'm trying to get back to New York. I do not have adequate information. First, I couldn't get a flight that didn't stop 4 times, so I couldn't take Nika. Obviously, dog can't be in an airplane 20 hours. And then, now, it's closed and you got to sequestering is fine. We all do that no matter where we go. But now there's all this stuff if I have to walk my dog at 11 o'clock at night, am I going to get a $10,000 ticket? So all these things, unknowns, and you cannot make a decision with unknown factors. And yet what are we doing with dating? That's all we're doing. So this is trying to satisfy the unknowns. So those of you who are subscribers, thank you for joining me. New people, love having you here. Just so you know some of the features, I'm going to be saying hi to you. I'm going to be answering your questions. I'll grab questions as they are, but I start with the main topic, and today it's cushioning. Let me start with a definition. Victoria, Amanda, Air Bubble, Starfire, Ms. Francesca, Magic Novak. Hi, everyone. Abhay, hi. Cushioning. Cushioning is the behavior of having somebody and you want to stabilize yourself because you're pretty sure that they're going to disappear. Either you're going to leave them or you think they're going to leave you. So you start setting up some people in reserve. You start micro-cheating. We covered this the other day. You start micro-cheating by doing flirtatious little things through social media. You start flirting with people. Basically, you get your plan B in order so that if this evaporates or I'm tired with this person, God forbid, I'd have a moment to myself where I'm not dating. My ego couldn't take that. And yes, Ralph over the pond, I'm going to answer that question about ego too. But this is for people who want to overlap. And overlapping is when you are still in a relationship and you're starting another one. So cushioning is to cushion their odds. God forbid they'd be alone for a second and actually take time to review what they liked and didn't like and where they could improve in being a partner. Okay, so you all know what that is. We are going to answer. I'm first going to answer your questions directly related to cushioning. Directly. Hi to everyone. Photo Lady, hi. Sasha, hi. Srimvasa, hi. Molly, Sherry. Lots of names I can't pronounce. Lots and lots of names I can't pronounce. Okay. So ask me a question about cushioning. Okay. Isaac, I had a date once that I always had to send several messages to get his attention. But every time I got his attention, he was always flirty. Hang on, it's going fast. I got to get you guys. I got tired of this behavior, though. So that's in reference to double texting. Think about it. Dating should not be that hard. I know it is, but it shouldn't be that hard. And once you know your rights and you know the fundamental actions that are okay and what isn't okay, it's going to be easy for you to say, this isn't cool, right, Isaac? Eventually the person wasn't worth it. Our relationships have to be workable. we have to know where we stand with somebody. Nowadays, you really don't. That's why I keep, so every week or so, I have a mantra with my clients. And the last 2 weeks, I've been saying to my clients, basically, start with someone who is locked and loaded and ready to enter a relationship. 90% of your problems will be eradicated. Doesn't mean that they might not fool you. Doesn't mean they might not be whimsical and love you today and profess their love and just poof, be gone a month from now. This is just how humans are. We don't know that the first person that shows up is the person you're going to actually be in a relationship with. It could be their better self that they show you. But what I want you to realize is that if you are dating and you're dating with people and you want a relationship and you know that, or you want anything, you have a very clear idea of what you want and you can articulate it, and you realize that that person doesn't want it, guaranteed you're going to be watching video after video after video trying to get them on board to see why they don't like you, why it's not working out, and it's simply because you're going in different directions. So back to all of you, didn't want to ignore you. Ooh, I love all these questions. Let's see, air bubble. My question is, I know that my ex did this before he withdrew back to his previous ex, who he's still with. Okay, so maybe you were the rebound. Okay, how do I let him know I'm not going anywhere and I'm still here when he is ready? No, 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 no. Air bubble, no. What do we say? No, 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 no. So, sweetie, listen, I think you're a girl. Listen, so here's the deal. When you have somebody that's been with an ex, they had a troublesome relationship, they broke up, and then you're the rebound person and you care for them, but they left you to go back to that person, you're fighting an entire dynamic. They were cushioning their waiting time with you. You were their cushion. Okay, air bubble, and I hate to be so blunt, but if you want the truth, I'm going to have to tell you the truth, right? So we pull the Band-Aid off. You could be waiting forever. What, you going to wait till the next time they have a spat? And then your partner thinks, oh, I'll go back to you because, you took me back last time. But the minute the partner makes a great seductive mood and comes over and says, oh, I was wrong and we can work this out, you're going to be left again. Sometimes people have ongoing drama together, really heavy drama. I don't care whether you want to say it's another life or it's a twin flame or whatever it is. It doesn't matter the name. They have a dynamic that is really powerful, that is lasting years, and you're just the in-between. So, baby, don't wait. You can't wait. I have, in my life, waited while my guys sat down, and I'm on the road to going forward. And they sit down, just like, oh, I'm tired, I don't know. And I waited. Those are years. Well, I don't think I waited years, but those are days and weeks. I can't get back. Can't go to some office of lifetime and say, by the way, I lost probably 7 months with this guy. And I think I lost several weeks of my sanity with that one. Oh, this one too. You're not going to get that time back. And here's the truth. If you move forward, you're far more anticipated. You're far more interesting looking as you move forward and away from them. Remember, the section where they left you was the section that didn't work. You can't freeze and wait. Okay, so enough of that breakup stuff. We want to get back to cushioning. Hi, everyone. Horea, hi from Romania. Hi, place card compartmentalized it was. Yep. There are tons of different words for this. Air bubble, you deserve better. Oscar, you tell her. Absolutely. Okay, Brianna is asking, how should you react when you find out that your partner is cushioning? Should I cushion myself? Well, it depends on, are they a real partner or are they somebody you're just kind of sleeping with? Like, what is the agreement? Not just the verbal agreement, but in life. What are the actions? What do you actually have with this person? If you're in a committed relationship and you're exclusive and you feel that they have pulled away and they're just setting themselves up with other people and they're your partner, you've got to talk to them. That's what we do with our partners. We don't just play. It sounds like because you want to play a game, my guess is you're not in a relationship that you don't have your footing. So you're going to play a game to make them come back. What you could say, if this is just a person you're casually dating or sleeping with, say, this is what I want. whatever that is. I like monogamy. I like whatever. I want to see somebody for the summer, whatever. And so here's what's comfortable for me. Let's talk about this, because I feel that this is happening. You just got to be straight. If they're cushioning, if they're cushioning, they're already on their way out. So everybody, you're also afraid to speak, and I understand. You're also afraid to speak because you fear, oh my God, if I tell the truth, they might leave me. But guess what? By the time you have to have these conversations, something is seriously wrong to begin with. They're probably leaving anyway. My strong directive is to, before you walk away from something, let them know what the deal is, call it out in a diplomatic, tactful way, and tell the person what it is, how it's affecting you, and give them another option. Or say to them, what would you like to do about this? What do you think we can do? I think we've got a great relationship. How are you feeling discontent? You feel like, let's talk about this. Why do you think you can't talk? You're sleeping with me. Why can't you talk to me? Okay. Now, Ralph had a great question. I know you guys have questions in here. If you have something for me, I'll go put it in super chat if it's outside of this topic. Okay. Because right now we're on cushioning for another maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. But Ralph from over the pond had a great question. He said, I hope you can talk about how cushioning is related to ego and fear. Ralph, thank you so much for that. I did write it down. Okay. Now, I want to talk about ego. Ego is this big, bad, dirty word for having reactivity when our little self gets, our boundaries get crossed. The flip side of ego is it's kind of like the tripwire that says, danger, danger, warning, warning. There's a predator. There's somebody entering, trespassing. It is to alert you that you are being diminished. Can people have all sorts of reactivity because they're insecure? Absolutely. Can people be on an ego trip? Absolutely. But the ego, while we need to keep it in check, also, not for nothing, it's here to protect us. So, ego / fear, Ralph, thank you, as you beautifully put it, and accurately put it. When our self is threatened, we react. We either lash out or pull back, but we have a reaction, okay? So cushioning is a fear of being alone. Like that, it's incomprehensible to the person to not cycle from one to the next. So the fear is sometimes people cushion because they think they're going to be recycled. Like they feel that, okay, let's say it's me. I feel scared that Paul isn't 100% in. So because I'm pretty sure he might dump me, I'm going to start chatting up Chuck and Dave over here. So that way I have a place to land so my ego isn't bruised. So it's a self-protective mechanism. Nobody wants to be dumped. Nobody wants to be rejected. Nobody wants to be discarded. Nobody wants to be a non-priority. Nobody wants to feel like they're number 7 or 14 on your list. So cushioning is a safety net, right? It is establishing a plan B, and the hope is that I won't be hurt, that I won't feel badly, that my self-esteem won't be diminished, that I'll look good in the outer world. That's what that is. Brilliant question, Ralph. Okay, what else? What do we have here? Hi, everyone. Let's see. Okay, you're great. You're having conversations with each other. Hi, Isabel. Cushioning sounds so comfortable. Yeah, it is. It's kind of like cushy. It's like, yeah. It's like around the corner here, Nika has a little bed. I'm not this big, but I'd love to crawl into it. So it's a safety net. Thank you, Kevin. You're saying wonderful things. Is that called monkey? Oh, yeah. Monkey branching is a little bit different. Remember, that's Pickup Artist, and the Red Pill guys are all about that. That's a different reason. That is escalating your way up the social and monetary food chain. That is going from one partner to the next, sleeping with one, catching their attention because you're in the right location, and sleeping with the next one. And that's more social and financial elevation. Cushioning is simply, I don't want a hard fall. I don't want to be alone. It's as simple as that. Let me get a little safety net underneath me, okay? All right, anybody have a super chat for me? It can be off topic, it can be on something else. Oh, Amanda Cornell, I love this. Cushioning equals insurance policy. Yay! You guys are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, this is fantastic. Okay, Ralph, if someone is willing to cushion and jump from place to place, would you say that means the person truly feels very genuinely, deeply, lovingly? Never truly feels. As I cannot imagine doing this to someone I loved. Of course you wouldn't. But Ralph, you're on this channel. You got a skill set. You probably know how to talk to people. The question you asked me about ego and fear. You're a well-informed dater. You know about, most of you are so bloody advanced. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what we talk about as opposed to other channels? I think you do. But the level of awareness of the people that are willing to have these conversations is extraordinary. We are really taking our own inventory and looking to see if we're okay. People who cushion are just fearful. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean they don't love. Their capacity to love cannot tolerate risk. Their capacity to love cannot tolerate loss. Now, when you get a little more mature, you know that loss is part of the game. It's just the way it is. And nobody will ever be proficient at love until they can start with the upfront understanding that there's a term of service agreement. It's like they should write in love, oh, by the way, you will hurt. You will be hurt. At some point in time, you will be hurt. Your partner will be insensitive. They'll be cruel. They'll not understand you. They may stop loving you. You may stop loving them. They may die. They may leave you for your brother, your sister. It's just going to happen, right? It doesn't come with a guarantee. And we got to get over this belief, this desire to make it come with a guarantee. That's part of our anxiety. How about we try something better? How about instead of desperately struggling to protect ourselves, we actually learn how to tuck and roll? Tuck and roll. You're going to have bumps. You know, don't you guys want to be in a Jeep or a Range Rover if you're going to hit these bumps? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be in something that you're going to get. So what I'm saying is learn how to handle the inevitable. Let's not hide from it. Let's learn all these terms. Let's learn all the actions that are, possible options for us to follow forward and to communicate with our partner, try and get what we want, try to make them understand that we're not being, dictating, that we're just trying to tell them, hey, this is how I roll and this is what I'm looking for. Let's try this together. How do you think about this? Oh, well, what about this? Oh, you want that? Let me think about that. Maybe, let's try it. You've also got to be open-minded with your partner too. But so all this is simply a way of saying that get comfortable with the vicissitudes. Do not get comfortable with this. This is the unhealthy stuff that's out there. But get comfortable with the fact that loving somebody is going to have some downtimes as well as uptimes. That's the truth about it, okay? Oh, you guys are brilliant. Okay, just brilliant, brilliant. Okay, Makati. Okay, so that's a very different conversation. Let's see. Kevin, I feel it is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, guys. At the end of this, love is for us. It doesn't look like it. You couldn't have told me that in my 20s. You couldn't have told me that in my 30s. Starting to understand it in my 40s, kind of. It was theory, but how to make it internal, like actually live inside me. Love is a gift we give to ourselves, I think. That's what I have in some quotes I've written. It's a gift we give to ourselves in that we're the ones who get to give it. See, this is a little bit heavier conversation. This is the deconstruction of what is love. You can't really experience love unless you have the capacity to feel it yourself. So actually, you're the one who is loving at all times. You attribute it to them, but they're just They're the catalyst for our love. And true, two people can mutually love each other. That's true. But the only one who's ever doing the loving is really you. The only emotion you're feeling are your emotions. That's it. So we have a lot more control than we think we do. We have zero control over another person, a lot of control over ourselves. Okay, guys. So does anybody have anything for me in Super Chat? Any questions else? Okay. Oh, thank you. Joanna J. 199. Thank you, my darling. I can't seem to be motivated to work out. Tips, please. Oh, God. What do we do? Me too. Joanna, listen, I can't run anymore. I mean, that's terrible. It's also 118 degrees out here and all the gyms are closed. I mean, it's a nightmare. Listen, we're going in an unusual time period, okay? If you want to do exercises on your floor, a lot of people have the TRX. Some people are buying home machines if there's anything even available. You know, let's expand this. You're not motivated to work out. Let's expand this to, I don't know all the details of your life, but there are a lot of us that, it's been a long road in this pandemic, right? It's like in the beginning we went in like, I can do it, I can do it. Oh gosh, my gyms have been closed here forever. It's just like, we have to be creative and we have to think outside the box. Find something you like to do. Start small. Don't go back to what you used to do, but start small. Maybe dedicate. There's a lot of stuff online. Take a little stretching class. Just dedicate yourself. Sign up every week and make the commitment. That'll help. Okay, Czar, here we go. Czar, my darling, what do you have to say? Czar, okay, thank you so much. 35. How can you deal with craving emotional intimacy after a breakup? Wow. I think I'm keeping my ex's energy around because of this, even though I don't want to. Okay. So is your ex's energy emotional intimacy? I mean, are they giving you emotional intimacy? Did you break up with them? Did they break up with you? How can you deal with craving emotional intimacy? See, I don't know who broke up with whom here. I'm wondering if you broke up with them. Here's the thing. If you're in a breakup and you're pretty sure that there's no reconciliation, there's no way to get there. I mean, if you've taken a look at all the different material on how to get back, let me back up. Here's the plan. You don't want to be broken up. So the first thing you do is look at where am I at fault? Then you admit that to your partner if it's your fault. Or if you broke up with them because you had to survive, you say, here's what I need. I'd really like to have it from you because I do love you and I want to be with you. Can we work this out? If they're unwilling to move at all, I suggest you get with a coach, see if there's any possibility of you changing the position that you're in, okay? If you can, but you've got to prove a tangible change. You can't just say, baby, this time I'm different. It's got to be visible. It's got to be tangible. They have to know it. They have to see it. You have to feel and look different, and it's going to take some time. It's not overnight. So if you're at the point that you are indeed broken up and you know it's over, emotional intimacy, if that is what you miss, not physical intimacy, you can get emotional intimacy from other creatures. Go to the animal shelter. Go pet a dog. Go, I'm telling you, I've known so many women. I didn't have a dog for 12 years. You all know little Nika. And she's over on the other chair here. She's got her legs up in the air. But, go ride a horse. Go pet an animal. Go get a kitty cat. Get something to love. I know it's not a person. I do know that. But again, the point is you're the one that's loving. And if it's emotional intimacy you're seeking, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, tell people, hey, I need to talk. Well, we can't hug nowadays, but look, I will tell you the story a wise woman told me. If you feel that you need love, go out and give of yourself, and you will feel a sense of fulfillment. I'm happy to work with you. Sorry if you want to. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Another super chat. Ivy. Hello, Ivy. 999 pounds. Thank you, my darling. Okay. Hey, I got friend zoned. He called and explained he cannot give me what he had promised. Okay, all right, good on him, at least he told you. But said he wants to be friends for life. I refused. He got upset. What's going on? Yeah, he doesn't get to have it both ways. Of course he got upset. He didn't want the responsibility of a relationship. He can't do what he had promised. So for whatever reason, it's a little too entangled, Ivy, for him to be a partner. but he likes your company. So good news, he likes you. Good news, you contribute positively to his life. Bad news for him, you don't get the cookie. You don't. You had it. You didn't want it. You don't get it. I'm not going to be, I was your partner, girlfriend, lover, whatever. All that stuff that you got because I chose to give it to you. You got no rights now. I'm not going to come over and fix your computer, hold your hand when you're feeling badly, help you on your job search. No, that's girlfriend territory. That's wife territory. That's partner territory. That's agreed upon. Whatever we got partner territory if that's what we've agreed upon. So no, they don't get to have the best of you for life. And smart on you, because you know that in order to get rid of somebody in our energy field, in order to get past them, we have to grow and we have to get them out of our systems. Okay, let's see. Anybody else have a question? Is there, Ronnie, is there a relationship, a person who is a narcissist and then blocking them and quietly exiting out with no closure? Is there a relationship? I don't know what BW means. Because with a person, okay, relationship with a narcissist? Impossible. There we go. Quietly exiting with no closure. No closure is a very difficult thing. And this is why I try and tell all of you guys, don't just back down. Don't just start to play a game. Okay, really try to deal with what's going on. Let the person know what happened, why you're leaving. If they don't give you closure, you've got to do it yourself. My theory is come up with 1 or 2 sentences, just what I say in Breakup Triage. You may want to take a look at the audio booklet. It's only 33 minutes. It's great stuff. It's consolidated. So basically, step number 1 is you've got to find the reason. You've got to find the answer. There's no closure. You got to give it to yourself. Thank you so much for your super chat. Okay, Jason LaRue, $4.99. Thank you, Jason. How do I balance staying friends with an ex? Okay, now here we go, right back into this. Her and I were close before dating. I want to be there to support her, but I worry I'm not giving myself time. No, you're not, or you wouldn't be asking me this question. You know, come on, you know. Okay, cool. I don't know how long you were involved. You were friends first. Maybe you tried to make it sexual. It didn't work out. Doesn't feel right. You want to go back to being friends. Jason, give it some time. You've got to not want her anymore until it doesn't hurt to see her. That's your measurement, okay? So, yeah, if you guys are broken up, you can't, sometimes you just can't. There will be a time that most of us can be friends with our ex, trust me. But for many of you that feel any passion or desire, it's not going to happen overnight, okay? Just accept that. And let them know that that's the reason why. Let them know it's not punishment, okay? You're just trying to do what's right for you. Okay, Jason, thank you so much for that. Who do we have here? Okay, I've already got that. Oh, Bianca, hi. Great question, Bianca. €5. Is it true that a guy knows after the second date if he found the one he wants to marry? Okay, I'm not a guy. I can tell you what guys tell me. And fellows, I'd love to have you guys contribute to this. Any men in here, I'd like to have you tell me what you think. I have heard from my guy friends. They pretty much knew on the first date if the woman was relationship material. That's step 1. Is she relationship material? Now, if the man is marriage-minded, the term, is she relationship material, might also include, she's the kind of girl who might be possible marriage material, but I need to find out. Second date, they certainly have started to put you into a category. But it is my feeling, guys, don't be upset with me, it's just my feeling, that men kind of make an assessment pretty quickly on how we hold ourselves, how we speak, how we talk to them, how they feel in our presence. They make a decision as to which category we go into. Are we a disposable? Are we a girl for the night? Are we a girl to bring home to the parents? Are we a girl that they're going to bring to their business functions? Because there are different women for different things, and there are women at different times in their lives who are like at one point they're marriage material and at the next point they're just having a good time. They just want to have fun and they want to taste the buffet table of life and they're not ready for that. So the same woman who might have looked one way at another point in her life may look completely different. Okay? So no hard and fast rules. You might want to ask your person that you're seeing that. But if you want to get married, always show up as marriage material. You know, be conscious of the fact that you've got to represent what you say you want, no matter what that is. Don't confuse people. You know, the book, the contents should match somehow the cover, okay? Otherwise, you're doing a false sell from the beginning. All right, mystic magnification. Hello, my dear. $2. Okay. He knows if he respects you or not. True. Brilliant. Thank you. This is fabulous. This is fabulous, fabulous. Yes. Respect. Okay. This is a big issue, something we need to demonstrate to ourselves, for ourselves, and also for other people. You know, respect is, I think, the byproduct of who we are in character and being. There are a lot of people I like, and some people I admire. That's kind of the way it rolls out. And at the end of the day, it's how they handle themselves. And it means, are they in right order? And again, the measuring stick is individual. I have my own version of what I think a person is in right order, and I'm sure that you have yours. And I think I've lived long enough to realize that there are some categories that maybe I was hard and fast on earlier in life that I've let up on a little bit now, and others that I didn't see as being so important are incredibly important. So your measuring stick may change according to your life experiences. But that's a brilliant comment, and thank you for that. Fantastic. Mystic magnification. Love it, love it, love it, you guys. Any more questions? I love the fact that you're talking together. Oh, Patrick Sargent. Nice blouse, Susan. Thank you, my dear. So with Instagram, my Instagram girl kept telling me, oh, Susan, you need color. You've got black and gray, and that's your wardrobe. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And she said, you have to wear color. You have to wear color for on camera. So I'm waiting for these chairs to be reupholstered because I don't like a pattern back here and a pattern here. And I thought, okay, I just can't keep wearing black and gray. I've got to give them some color. So yes, thank you for noticing. That's fabulous. This is for on-camera work. Respect is give and take. Okay, what do we have here now? Marie Star Norton, thank you for $5. I really appreciate this on Super Chat, you guys. This is like a tip jar, and I really do appreciate all of your generosity. Because of your videos, I met someone and we agreed to have no sex and we just get to know one another. We are happy. And he said he respects me a lot. This is fabulous. This is great. If that's what you want, I know, listen, I deal with a lot of different cultures. We tend to think here in the US that the way it is the way it is. But every step along the way of the decisions you make, whether it's conservative or it's like, I feel like being a little wild and crazy, just make it knowing who you are and what you want in that time period. And if you can get yourself organized that your desires and your thoughts and your actions are all in alignment, then you're going to have much better results. There's a time to explore. There's a time to be conservative. I think there's nothing wrong with building a foundation. I think that part of the reason that we've had so many of these weird behaviors are really because everybody has entered the sexual realm long before they had a discussion, long before they questioned what they want. Just like, okay, well, that's what people are doing. That's what we're going to do. And then I think they have all their ego reactivity. And then we have all these terms that we're discussing every week that really didn't need to happen because people didn't know what they wanted. When they got there, they didn't know how to express that they were hurt. And then they got scared. And then they didn't know how to say it because, God forbid, I tell you I'm scared because that doesn't look cool. Or God forbid, I'm telling you that I'm feeling insecure because you might know I like you, because that's the last thing I want you to know is that I like you. So then you're going to go away thinking I didn't like you. And then you distance and I distance. And then we don't know what happened. Then we have a fragmented ending. Now I have to work with a coach for 6 months to get over the longing of something that never happened. And that's where we end up with today. So, or you could try to talk about it. Enter a relationship with an idea of what you want. Tell the person what you want. Decide. Let's see how we like each other. Let's give it a timeout. Sex seems to have gotten in the way. Let's give ourselves a couple of weeks to know each other. Let's give ourselves more than that. Sex never gets in the way. Let's start right away. But you know what? We never talked. We've got to agree to talk. Can you agree to talk? You need to talk to me. Okay, that's the only requirement. So you guys can make your own rules. You just have to know where you're going. But I can tell you, whatever didn't work before sex, going to get a whole lot worse after sex, because it doesn't get fixed by sex. It just makes everything much more reactive and much more complicated. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Oh, great. Ariana. Okay. Ariana, thank you. Oh, $10 US. Thank you, my darling. I've been talking to this girl for a month who is not ready for a romantic relationship. She'd like to keep talking. How much time do I give this situationship? Okay. Again, Susie says, it depends on how you are affected by it. Can you, well, one, is she worth it? You should be dating other people. If she doesn't want a relationship with you, you should not stop dating just because this one isn't ready. If you're, well, let me back up. Ariana, are you ready? Are you ready for a committed relationship? If you don't know, that's fine. You can take a little time. I give it, like, if somebody's really worth it, I wouldn't stop dating, but I'd give them a month or two of dalliance and I'd let them know, I can't do this forever. I like you, but I do want a relationship. So while I'd love to hang around and chat while you get ready, that is what I'm looking for. And I got enough friends right now. So, this may not work out for me. So again, set your ground rules. It depends on what you want. Okay, love? Thank you. Okay. PRMD. Hello. I think I've worked with you before. Okay. 5 pounds. Thank you, my darling. Okay. Hey, Susan, does dating get harder as you get older? God! Let me stop now. Okay. I'm in my mid-20s. Oh, put on your seatbelt. I'm in my mid-20s and only now just looking for a relationship. Well, here's the good news. You know a lot. You are entering with some skills, and you're on channels like this where you're learning how to express yourself and figure out what you want. Okay, that's vitally important because a lot of people have started off and just gone with the flow, and that happened while people were changing things in the last couple decades, and we've seen the backlash of it. I mean, listen, sometimes relationships happen by accident, and they just do, and two people just happen to find each other, and they weren't looking, and it's wonderful, but it's not the norm. Okay, it's kind of the exception to the rule. You get more precise as you get older. It has been, I can only tell you my experience. I was a lot more forgiving when I was younger. God, guys got away with so much more stuff because I was just so naive and I was so, docile and agreeable and kind-hearted and fine and nice and sweet. And now I'm a little bit wiser now because of this work, of course. And I think time becomes precious. The one thing I can tell you that's great about dating when you're older, you do know what you want. You are so clear. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I like this. I like this. The thing that is also difficult when you get older is that there's less of a selection. Many people have partnered. Not everybody wants to separate. It's a big deal. You may not like your partner, but you've got one. You may not like your marriage, but you stay for the kids. So while there is a pretty hefty turnover rate in the US, it's not always that. If you know you want marriage and kids, start early and let that be your mantra as you go into this and, develop a tool set for communication, and you should be fine. Okay. Let's see. So this is great. Okay. Is there anybody else? Did I miss anybody else? Okay. This is wonderful. I'd love to know your feelings about this. Do you guys think it gets harder? I just think we get clearer. And when we get clearer, there seem to be less people. Oh, so something I haven't posted yet, but you guys may see me. I do videos with Say Allo. It's a video dating app. It's called Just Say Allo. And so the last one we did, which I have not posted yet, but it's on YouTube, it was a great question. It's like, can you be too picky? Picky is what happens oftentimes when you get old. Well, sometimes you're picky when you're younger. Sometimes you're picky when you're younger because you think the guy has to be 6'3" and he has to make $2.5 million a year because otherwise I won't be with him, and blah blah blah. He's got to have a house in the Hamptons. Then you finally realize, oh my God, I just want the guy that's going to show up at the hospital when I need him. So things change as life impacts you, right? But this is we're all learning as we do it. And again, I want to remind you guys, what you want today, you may not want 10 years from now. You don't know. You've got to let yourself grow. But the one fundamental is, let's learn who we are. Let's learn what we want. Let's learn how to communicate that. And let's have a skill set to be workable, flexible, agile, and communicative in a relationship to make sure that whatever we've got, at whatever junction in our life, it can be the best possible. Too picky. Yeah, because it's up now. I'm going to, so YouTube is kind of funny. You used to be able to download these things. Now you can't really. So I have my own ways to do that. But yeah, so you'll see that too picky can also be a way of keeping people away emotionally. Amanda Cornell, you're right. I'm going to bring up something I don't think I've talked about before. Some of you don't actually want a partner, but you just don't want to admit it. You want to look like you're looking. So a strange thing about life is that we give a lot more credence to people that are actively searching for a partner and just can't find one and keep messing up. They seem to have a higher position on the social acceptance ladder than somebody who's like, I don't really think I'm interested at all. So timeout. There are oftentimes people afraid to take a timeout. So they do a haphazard, half-hearted, oh, I should be out there dating. And what happens is that, one, you're really not in service to yourself, because just take the time out. You really don't want to date. It's cool. It's okay. And the more people that just admit, I'm doing a timeout, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, me, how long am I going to be here? When am I going back to New York? We're all treading water right now. But in a way, it's kinder, because if you think about it, if I'm out pretending I'm available and it's half-hearted, then I can have all sorts of cumbersome in and out, hot and cold relationships with people. And what do I end up doing? Wasting my time and confusing them. So you have some of that. So I want everybody who's here who thinks they want a relationship, just, for counterbalance, ask yourself, do I really? Like, maybe I do later on. Do I want a relationship? Oh, I definitely do. Okay, cool. I know I definitely do. And maybe there's a small part of you, some segment out there that goes, I kind of really wanted a timeout, but I was afraid to do it. So maybe I'll be better at dating, and maybe there'll be less problems because I'm actually in it. So I just thought of that. Okay. D, Champone, hello. Hi to you. Hearts. Let's see. Oh, I love the fact that you guys are talking to each other. Terry, a person, that's very true, Susan, but unfortunately they cannot live without sex. I think I missed where some of this was. I don't know what the stuff was before that. Let's see. Sasha M., how do we stay connected without crossing the line while the other grows to be relationship ready? Oh, you talk about putting yourself on hold while they mature? Let's see. Do you even communicate? Delete off social media? I'm dating other people because I won't wait. Is that cushioning? Well, okay, Sasha, this is love to work with you. Okay, because there are a couple more questions I'd ask. So it sounds like you're waiting for somebody and you're dating half-heartedly. And yeah, you are cushioning. At some point we have to bite the bullet. I strongly suggest everybody once in a while just bite the bullet and say, 2 months really like this person. 1 month they're not ready for a relationship. I hate lack of resolution. So here's my thing. There will come a point in your life with waiting around for somebody where resolution, just yes or no, in or out, is going to be so much more compelling than living on the fumes of hope. Once in a while, you're going to be like, oh God, I've just been so tormented by this. Because I'll ask my clients on the phone, they'll be at that point and I'll say, are you ready? Are you ready? Because if you say this that I'm telling you to say right now, you are going to have an answer. Half the time, you don't want the answer no. So you don't say anything. So you live in hope. And hope, I've written a whole article on this. Hope can be harmful. And if you want to look it up, susanwinter.net, the title, it's under articles. And you have to go or just type in the search bar, when hope is harmful, because it's under Good Men, the Good Men stuff, or Huffington Post. Yeah, one of those. But when hope is harmful, hope can keep you trapped in a relationship. Hope gives you every reason that when you're seeing 5 wrong things, you kind of see one thing that kind of works. You're like, oh, they like me. They posted about our song. That must be covert, for they want me. So I'm going to wait another month. And then, sometimes biting the bullet is actually a very good thing. Because look at what's the worst that happens? You end that segment. You end that segment. That's it. You end the segment. Doesn't mean you can't have a future segment. But if you're holding on and waiting for somebody and half-heartedly dating and screwing other people up, not meaning to, but because you're not really there, you're just nowhere. That's my feeling about it. So I hope that helps you. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? We have time for a couple more. Okay. Lisa Weber. Okay, I'm in my 50s and I would rather be with my Yorkie. That's a dog. Dog equals unconditional love than with the wrong person, but I still believe in love. Yeah, this is really weird. I think I've told you this story. My BFF, Barb, got engaged at 49. And, here's the cool thing about this. She had done the revolving door of dating. And when she was like getting off Bumble and everything, it's like, I've been at this for a couple decades. I'm done. And this guy comes in. It's the last one. He's out of her range. It's been 4 years now. They're on some huge camping trip in some Class A camper or something that's like, looks like a Led Zeppelin road bus. I mean, it's tricked out, and they're going all through the Northwest, and it's just, she got everything she wanted. Everything, when she had just given up hope. And I'm not saying give up hope, but it's sometimes this energy is not good. Like clinging, like, oh God, please send me somebody. That's not an energy that calls in people. And so it's not that we should stop hoping. It's not that we should be cynical and stop believing. It's that sometimes you just have to let go of the anxiety and it feels like you've given up, but what you've actually done is you've let go of the stress. You're going to meet them or you're not. It's going to happen or it isn't. And when you come to that point, you're kind of chill and your vibe is so attractive. And it can call across continents that person. It's like a silent dog whistle. They hear it. So that's the kind of hope in the way the system works. Okay. Let's see. What is this? Oh, Rohit. Hi. How are you? 200. Amazing. Thank you, Rohit. My first year college example, 1 year long distance relationship, cushioned, and dumped me, but then dumped the other guy 4 months and returned. She broke up again during lockdown and is trying to hoover by posting sad post. Now she lives nearby. So Rohit, what do you want to do? You want this one back? I don't think so. If we were keeping score on the ego tab, you've won. So this person, we may all say, is fickle and does not know what she wants. You sound very together. It was a long distance relationship. I guess now it's not. Now she lives nearby. Okay. Here is an option if you are curious, because you guys might notice I have very few hard and fast rules. If you are completely curious, you could meet up if you're allowed to, but here's what you would be looking for. You would have a filter in front of you, a scrim, we used to call it in theater, like a barricade, where you look at them and you got to see if the same stuff that you saw before is prevalent now. One thing is, we know she's indirect. I don't think this one is going to work for you no matter what you do. Because if she had any courage, if she were partnership material, she would have been on that phone. She would have been at your doorstep. She would have written you and said, oh my God, because she's the guilty party. I had to clear that up with my ex. I know I hurt you. I am sorry. I had history with him. I really liked you, but he called me back and he's so good at it. And now I know. I don't expect you to take me back. But God, if you would, just give me a chance to prove that I'm different. And Rohit, if that version of her showed up, you might talk to her again. But I don't think that version is inside this girl because she's doing covert little girl games. And you sound far more mature than that. So just saying, that would be my call. Thank you for your contribution. I hope that helps. Okay, guys, I love the fact that you're talking to each other. This is marvelous. We are almost at the end of our time together. Is there anything else I can do for anybody? Are there any burning desires? Okay, for those of you in programs, you know what I'm talking about. Does anybody have anything? Okay, Olga, 89 DKK. Thank you, Olga. Thank you. I went on a small weekend getaway with a guy. Okay, but I discovered that we are completely different and he annoyed me a lot. How would I go about telling him it won't work? He seems to be very excited. Okay, I'm sure. Maybe you got lucky. Okay. Olga, one thing I have learned from men, and males, please comment to Olga, and Olga, read what they say, okay? I can't pretend I'm a man. I can't tell you that. So it is my understanding that men like it straight. Straight up, direct. Kind, diplomatic, but exceedingly clear. My understanding is that men do appreciate knowing where they stand. And so you could be very sweet, make him a little sandwich. You know the formula. John, you were so fabulous. I loved this trip with you. It was just incredible. I got a chance to experience what it's like to be with you intensely. And for as cool as you are, something about it doesn't feel right to me. It's not what I'm looking for. There were just things that did not work for me. I'm not asking you to change who you are. That would be a violation of who you are, and it's unnecessary. You know and I know we never change for a person. We change for ourselves. Well, what is it that bothered you? It's not that, it's just not a connection. So I wanted to tell you sooner rather than later. I do thank you. I appreciate that very much. But I owe you that out of respect for you. I owe you that. Okay, I hope that works for you. Mystic Manification. Okay. Can next time chat be about concealing interest? Okay. What would the word for that be? Concealing interest. I'm going to write this down. Okay, concealing interest. Concealing interest. Okay, it is a dating game. It's a dating game. It's not like it has to be all words that we don't know. Oh, wait, Amanda, I told you I'd get to this. It's a little bit way off this topic, but it's got to be, Amanda asked, why do we struggle so much to get over an ex? Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry because I know I'm going to answer this for you. So, okay. They were our person. It's habit. A lot of it's habit. You had your Friday night planned. You knew what you were doing Saturday. You had when you picked up the phone to text, who's the first person you text? Something happens, who do you tell first? They're your person. Much of weaning ourselves from an ex is simply breaking a habit. And it's no different than teaching yourself that you can't have dessert. Like, okay, we can't work out, we can't go to the gyms. I can't have a dessert. I always had dessert. Now I can't have dessert. I just have to, I'm going to want it. I'm going to look for it. But the more I practice weaning myself from that habit, the better. And also because it's the last point that we felt that loving kindness and that aliveness. For many people, relationships are much deeper. And what they really touch upon is the core of a sense of belonging. We matter to somebody. If we get hit by a car, somebody cares. Somebody's there for us. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping to have backup. We're hoping to not be in this life that is so open to interpretation. And with like, what manuals were we given? It's like, we've got the one encoded in our soul, but not everybody can find that one so easily. So it's very natural to want a person who has been an active part of your life. But I think if you start to dissect it mostly by habit and find a new thing to do on your Saturday nights, find new activities on your weekends, the longing and the pain and the heartache will dissipate much more quickly than you imagined. But like anything, when you take something away, you have to substitute something positive as a reinforcement to keep moving forward. Okay, Amanda? So I think I think you're Amanda from Wales, and I had to make sure that I answered that for you. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, about concealing. Okay, wonderful. You guys have been absolutely fabulous today. I love everything that you've done, and thank you. Oh, poker face, is that what it's called? Let me write that out. I'm sure there is. Concealing. That's a good one. Poker face. You guys are great. Listen, I will read all of these when we go live. Okay, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Ghosting gives me massive anxiety. Yeah, you and all the rest of us. And it's unnecessary. Amanda, okay, thank you so much. Okay, great chat tonight, Susan. You're so sincere and wise. Thank you for answering my question. Of course. Ralph, brilliant question about the ego and fear with cushioning. Okay, most of you are European, I know, and many of you in the US. When I go back to New York, the time might be different. I don't know, but it looks like I might be stuck here for a little bit longer. I was going to leave, but we'll be seeing, we'll be playing it by ear. But thank you so much. That's great. I do read what you say. I do remember, these are for you. I think that's really cool. Thank you for bringing that up. And these are here to serve you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody who went on Super Chat. If you like what you see and you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Put on the notifications so you'll know when these are coming up, because if I have a time change, you'll see it on the community page. You'll see it in the little screenshot. And also, let's see, I want to remind you, okay, thank you, Super Chat. And if you want to work with me, I'll be honest with you, if you're using Magnifi, call me on the phone app. I have not switched over to the other system, and it's causing some confusion, but my phone app is working really well, and the integration is a little fuzzy. So call me through the phone app if you want to work by the minute on Magnifi. And if you want a session for 45 minutes, go to susanwinter.net and pick a time that works for you. Everyone, thank you. Thank you. Great audience. Love this session on cushioning. Thanks for your questions and for your Super Chat and for the topic for next week. Why not? Poker face. Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Love to all of you. Thank you.